Imagine a match being thrown into a powder keg. That's exactly what could happen if Israel were to launch an attack on Saudi Arabia. The consequences? They're almost too devastating to comprehend. Let's break this down. First, any direct conflict between Israel and Saudi Arabia would immediately trigger a response from the United States. As America's strongest ally in the Middle East, Israel's actions would put the U.S. in an incredibly difficult position, especially given its strategic relationship with Saudi Arabia. The U.S. would be forced to intervene diplomatically and possibly militarily to prevent the situation from spiraling out of control. But here's where it gets even more complicated. An Israeli attack wouldn't just involve these three nations. It would likely spark a chain reaction across the entire region. Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza, and various other militant groups would likely seize the opportunity to launch their own attacks against Israel. Imagine fighting erupting simultaneously on multiple fronts. It would be chaos. And then there's the oil factor. Saudi Arabia isn't just any country. It's the world's largest oil exporter. An attack on Saudi oil facilities could send global energy prices through the roof. We're not talking about a few cents more at the gas pump. We're looking at potential price spikes that could cripple economies worldwide. Remember the 1973 oil crisis? This could be far worse. The domino effect wouldn't stop there. Such a conflict could easily escalate into the largest regional war the Middle East has seen in decades. Iran might get involved, other Gulf states would be forced to pick sides, and suddenly we're looking at a conflict that could redraw the map of the Middle East. The human cost? Devastating. We're talking about millions of people potentially being forced to flee their homes. Refugee crises would explode across multiple borders. Global markets would likely crash, sending shockwaves through the world economy. The humanitarian crisis would be unprecedented in modern times. This isn't just about two countries anymore, it's about global stability. The scary part? Once such a conflict starts, controlling or stopping it becomes nearly impossible. It's like trying to put a genie back in the bottle. Once it's out, there's no telling where it might end. That's why diplomatic solutions, however difficult they might seem, are crucial. Because the alternative? Well, that's a scenario nobody wants to see play out.